Hi everybody, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I have a cute card I'm going to share with you guys today. I'm actually offering an online class using this stamp set right now. Usually how it works is I usually have you order the stamp set, some inks, and then I have it shipped to me, and then I repackage everything and send you the cardstock to make all of the cards. But for this class, this Still Night class, I'm asking you to go to my online store and you order the stamp set yourself. It'll come directly to you. I am not providing the cardstock for this class. It's just a super quick, just a turnaround class really quick that I'm offering, so that's why I'm doing it this way this time. So you will order the stamp set using the hostess code, and then that is how I'm going to know that you would like for me to send you then the video to show you how to make 4 cards using the Still Night stamp set. And the hostess code, I'm going to put it right now on the screen for you. Okay, and it is TNYDAHKJ. So once you place your order and you use that hostess code, I will send you the video link, and I am telling everybody it will be sent. I'm saying the latest will be the 13th of October. I'm hoping it will be done sooner than that. And I don't normally share the cards that I use in my online classes. It's usually exclusive, but I am absolutely loving the way this turned out. This is one of those cards that I laid awake a couple of nights thinking about this, plotting and planning it in my head. And I love how this card turned out. I don't know if you guys can see the shimmer and the shine that's on there, but I will show you how I did that and how I got it to turn out that way. For the card there that I designed, I used the heat stick, but for this one that I'm going to demonstrate for you guys today, I'm going to use the clear embossing powder. And let me just let you know, I used the heat stick for the background on my embossing folder, but I used the clear embossing powder for the owl. And I don't know if you guys can, if the camera's picking that up or not on the owl. But I think I like the way the owl turned out better, so I'll let you guys know which one I think you're getting the most sheen out of, because that's what I was wanting, like glistening, like nighttime, the way the moon would shine through the trees. That's what I was going after. So I'm just going to use the clear embossing powder for everything, the owl and the background for the trees, just to see. And then I'm using the Versamark to get the embossing powder to stick on my folder. Okay, and then so like I just said, we're using the beautiful stamp set Still Night, and then I'm also using this beautiful black, basic black, what is the exact, satin ribbon. So it is very pretty. I'm also using our stitched shaped framelits. So I'm using basic black, and I'm using the square, and then I'm going to use the circle with the Whisper White for the sentiment. My card base, I'm using thick Whisper White cardstock for the base. And then I have a piece of Whisper White that is 4 by 5 1/4, and that's what we're going to run through the embossing folder. And then I have just a scrap piece of Whisper White that we'll stamp our owl on. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to stamp, I think, the owl first. And I also thought about, I might do it on this one just to see how it turns out, but I thought about embossing the Sending Warm Wishes Your Way as well, because everything else was embossed, so why not? So let's go ahead and get started with this, guys. Okay, I think what I'm going to do first, I think I'm going to change it up just for a minute, and I think we'll just die cut out these first, just to get that part out of the way. So like I said, I just have a scrap piece of basic black with the square that we're going to set him on, and then just one of the round, but I seem to have lost one of my plates for my big shot. I know I just had it. Oh, hold on a second. I'm telling you, if I could ever do a video and remember to bring everything over as I'm putting things over here, I could have swore that I had both the plates laying right there together. Whoops, my square moved. Okay, let's try him down. I always know this end of my plate seems to work better for me, so we'll just move him down there. I just want to try to get the heat tool heated up, and everything that we're going to have to emboss, we'll do that, try to get that done at the same time. So let me just pop that out, pop our circle out, and then I'll just get this stuff out of our way. I'm going to trade my magnetic plate for my regular platform. Move that back over there for right now. So the first thing I'm going to do, I think, is, and I will tell you guys, this is going to the woodland textured folder. When I stamped it with my Stays On ink, it really stains your folder, just to let you be aware of that. I don't want anybody to get mad at me and be like, oh, I ruined my folder. But you can see mine cleaned up really well. It would not come off. I tried to use diaper wipes, and it would not come off with just diaper wipes. So I used the Stays On cleaner, and it brought it right off. It just took everything right off. So just want to say that really quick. So I'm just going to open up my Stays On ink, and then we're just going to ink the owl up. I'm just going to move up, make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's just ink him up. And then we're just going to stamp him down like that. And we want to get him embossed really quick while the powder is, or the ink is still wet. And so I'm just going to use the clear. I'm just going to run it over him just a few times. And then I'm just going to flick all of that off there. And let's turn the heat tool on. And you'll be able to see when it starts to melt, it'll have like a nice shine, and that's basically what I wanted for him, was to just have a nice shine. And you guys can see that. Just make sure that when you're doing this, you run it. Make sure your heat tool has gotten every area covered. Okay, and then we will cut him out in just a second using the framelit. I'm just going to move this out of the way. And then I think I'm going to go ahead, we'll stamp the sentiment, and then I'll go ahead and we'll just go ahead and emboss that and just see how that turns out, okay? We may not like it, we might love it. So I'm just going to bring this in here. This one, we're going to not hold on to that. This is a tiny piece of paper, and this would be very easy to burn our fingers. So I'm just going to use the end of my little stylus to hold the paper down. So I'm not going to be able to really hold it up there, but it will give it that nice shine too. You guys should be able to see that it's melting that clear embossed powder. I'm just gonna hold it over it just a little bit. I want to make sure I get all of that melted really well. Okay. And that looks really good. So I'm just gonna move that up there. Move that out of the way, and then I'm just gonna bring in my woodland texture embossing folder. The end that has the Stampin' Up logo is the end that I'm gonna stamp, okay? So I just basically laid it down, opened it up, and just all over. And I kind of turned my ink pad in different directions. And I'm not really like sliding it, I'm more doing this like tapping it, I guess. Okay, I'm going to take my piece of paper, my piece of Whisper White, and kind of put it right where I'm going to want the most of that image to be. Oh no, I hope that didn't smear. Hopefully that did not smear. We will find out in just a second. If it did, we will just have to grab another piece of paper, start over. So I like to put the embossing powder or the embossing folder with the end that is closed in first and have the opened end like this. So I put this end in first, okay? Let's see what we ended up with. Oh no, it looks beautiful. Isn't that nice? I just love the detail and how that looks. Okay, and I'm going to grab just some grid paper here. Move this back over here. So this is what I did. Cover the stays on. I just took my Versamark and I just ran it, patting it all over, because you need something for your powder to stick to. Okay, so we'll do that. Just kind of be careful when you're picking it up, because you don't want to touch anything where you're going to want that to be. And then just shake it wherever you want that to be. And I need to order some more of this clear embossing powder. I use it quite a bit. And as you can see, my little tub is a little bit bare. Okay, so I'm just going to tap that off. And then I'm just going to do this bottom again, because it doesn't look like I got a very nice coverage there. I just want to make sure that I've got it all covered. And then again, we're going to bring in the heat tool. I'm going to grab my stylus so I can just kind of ensure that it's not going to go flying away. And then can you guys see that it's already churning? I think I'm going to like this better than the heat and stick, the results. We'll see. This is definitely going to have more of a shine to it than the heat and stick. You want to keep moving your heat tool just slowly. You don't want to ever leave it just resting on one area, because it will burn your paper. And then the light areas is just areas that the embossing folder didn't have any ink or anything on it to pick up. So I'm just going over it to make sure. You guys, I am so loving this. Look at that. Can you guys see that? I really hope that you can see the shine and the glistening that is going on that piece of paper, because it is beautiful in person. I mean, it just really looks like a very dark night in the woods is what that looks like. I love this. I was laying in bed. I've been designing cards for this class this week. And like I said the other night, I was just laying in bed and black and white came into my head for it. And that's the image that I saw. So now we're going to cut our little owl out. Let me grab him, and then I need to grab my framelit really quick. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit just to make sure you guys can see pretty good. Okay. So now we're just going to place that framelit, and I'm just going to turn him because I'm standing this way. The other way it's sideways for me, and I just want to make sure I get him, because this plate is going to go wonky on me and move around. I will use a Post-it if I have to, but I don't like doing that. Let's see, I might have to turn it. That might be good right there. I hope that little piece where it's sticking out is not going to. I better fix that, guys, because with my luck, it will be just enough to ruin it as it goes through the big shot. Okay, that looks good. I'm just going to pull that out a little bit so I can get my plate on there a little bit better. So if you guys are interested, you can visit my blog to register for the class. Or I guess you don't have to register, but you can shop in my online store to purchase your stamp set. And then, like I said, use the hostess code. I'll put it up here again at the top in case you're interested. Okay, so let's start putting this card together. Let's go ahead and I'm going to just kind of, anytime you heat emboss with this much going on, it's going to warp your paper a little bit. And this is just regular Whisper White. It's not the thick Whisper White. I did not stamp the image on that. So let me grab, I thought I brought my scissors, so I'm just going to have to old school it with my office scissors that I don't like very well. So I'm just going to tape this across the back. Well, I just messed up that strip of tape, so let me grab another one. So I'm just going to place this towards the bottom, bend that around, put some tape there. Isn't it funny how you just get these ideas? I think it's just, I find it so interesting to see all the different ideas that people come up with to make their cards. And then I get very envious when I see someone's and I think, oh, why didn't I think of that? But I just think it's so funny just to see everybody's different take. And I'm just going to bend that one more time just to help those fibers maybe lay a little bit flatter. We're just going to put that right there like that, center. Okay. Can you guys see that? I really hope you can see that because it is beautiful. Okay, and then I'm going to take some dimensionals. So I'm just going to take 4 dimensionals and put them on the back of our piece of basic black that we used the stitched shape square on. And I will have you guys a free downloadable PDF on my blog for this card. It's bobbystamps.com, and that's what I was going to say earlier, is if you visit my blog, I'll have the hostess code and all that kind of good stuff posted there for you. So I'm just going to turn it like a triangle. I'm going to take the owl. I'm going to put a few dimensionals on the back of him. And I just realized I've not zoomed back in, so let me kind of come in just a smidge so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay. I'm telling you, this is going to be one of my favorite cards, my all-time favorite cards that I've ever made. I just love the look of this card. Last year, I think it was, I did a reindeer card, a Christmas card, and kind of used the same, stamped him in black. It was a black and white card, and I stamped him in black and used the clear embossing powder. And I'm just going to try to make my bow just a smidge bit smaller. And I hate to waste that much of the ribbon, but you know what? It's a video. So we'll just go with that. Okay. I'm just going to kind of place it there and see. I think I'm going to go for just a little bit smaller. And I just keep going back and forth is what I do until I get it the right size. And I'm going to cut this end off just a little bit more, and this one too. Just kind of even them up. This one needs to be a little bit shorter. Okay. And then I'm going to grab a dimensional, or a mini glue dot, I mean. You could use 1 or 2. I'm just going to use 1. Place it on the back, and then I'm just going to put that right here in the center of the card, like that. Grab our sentiments and a couple of more dimensionals. I'm not sure what that is on the back of that one. It looks like a little fuzzy. Okay, and now it's on my fingernail. Okay, guys. And then I'm just going to kind of sneak that right in the corner, like that. And you can still see it, so there's nothing to worry about that. So there you guys go. These are the 2 cards, and you can very, very clearly tell the difference. Let me come in super tight for you guys. So this is the one I used the heat and stick on. This is the one I used the clear embossing powder. And you can just, can you guys see that? I really hope you can see that. So it is so pretty. So if you like the more subtle Let me back out a little bit. So if you like the more subtle, I would say you could use the heat and stick and get this effect. If you like it more with a real clear shine, I would stick with the clear embossing powder. And I guess it would also depend on how much of the stays on ink that you put on your folder. Clean your folder right away when you're done. That's what I did. Just as soon as I was done, I started cleaning it. But there you guys go. 2 beautiful cards to use with the Still Night set. I would love to have you take my class. The only thing you have to do is use that hostess code, purchase that stamp set for me, and I'll send you a private exclusive video by October 13th, and you will make 3 more cards. This is going to be one of the cards, so you'll make 3 more cards. Thanks, guys.